their rights, regardless of their country of origin or struggles. We fight for the rights of all women worldwide and that battles for equality. We are all in this battle together. All and Philly Iran is willing to help anyone or any group fight inequality and inhuman treatment of all. Iranian women have fought for their rights, mostly empty-handedly, for 44 years by being attacked, tortured, arrested, and murdered by one of the world's most recognized terrorist groups, the Islamic Republic. This regime is heavily weaponized and has committed unprecedented crimes against its citizens and jeopardized the peace of the Middle East region and even the world. Really, Iran asks that women worldwide and society women's rights to be up about the brutal discrimination against women in Iran. Let us amplify Iranian women's rights. Let us struggle and it's not Iranian, it was the atrocities of the terrorist regime. The Iranians need to raise awareness of the inhuman actions of the Islamic Republic, result in more than 500 deaths, including 60 minors, within the past few months. Iranian women need your strength and voices to support our cause, to encourage governments to avoid any agreements with this regime, as it strengthens the regime and its power. The power to continue killing innocent women, men, and children, asking for basic respect and human rights, using the hashtag #WomenLifeFreedom on social media helps the voices of Iranians be heard loud and clear beyond Iran's border. This is the first global women's march experiencing in Iran, women-led revolution. This is the first time that this progressive mantra, women, life, freedom, should be shouted by all. Let's show the Iranian that the March 8 global campaign heard the voice of Iranians and support their cause by chanting, women, life, freedom!
Woman, life, freedom! Woman, life, freedom! Life, freedom!
Women, life, freedom! Women, rights for Iran! Human rights!
For Iran!
Human
Rights for Iran!
Human
Rights for Iran!
Thank you very much. Yes, we are stronger than we all think. We are strong. We can do this together. Thank you so much, Miriam. So glad that we are joined together in solidarity. It is so important for us to be making this connection between the fascist government that's trying to do horrible things in Iran and what's going on in the United States, where people are trying to take the rights away of human beings who are just trying to live. Anytime someone's making laws that is killing people, that is fascism. We have another speaker today. Her name is Farwa, and we're so glad she came here. She's representing Afghanistan movement here in Philadelphia. Afghan of Philadelphia. Hi everyone, thank you for being here today. Before I start, I would like to thank Rise Up for Abortion Rights, Philly Iran, and all the other grassroots organizations for putting this amazing event together. Today is a global day to celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women throughout the world. Unfortunately, women around the world continue to face hurdles that inhibit them from achieving these accomplishments in their own right. Women's rights are constantly under threat. whether it's in our own backyard or thousands of miles away in Iran and Afghanistan. For decades, Iran and Afghanistan have not only suffered from political instability and conflict, but the rights of women have steadily worsened and reverted to centuries before. Every day, our sisters back home are forced to suffer under unjust laws, the forced erasure of their identities under religious fanaticism. But through many decades, the women in Iran and Afghanistan have continued to prove day after day that they are not voiceless, they are not weak, and they will not allow cruel leaders to take away their right to education, work, how to dress, how to speak, how to think, and how to live. Today in diaspora, we are privileged to stand with them in solidarity, shoulder to shoulder, from one border to another, to show our sisters in both countries and women all around the world that they are not alone in this fight for their freedom. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce one of our Afghan speakers who will recite poetry in our native Dari Persian language, Nilofar Asadi. Nilofar is a young student that arrived in Philadelphia during the evacuation of last year. She will be reciting poetry about women in Dari.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Nilofar Asari and I'm going to read a poem in our language about women. منظرم آقا ببخشید من سیاسر نیستم. منظرم آقا ببخشید من سیاسر نیستم. کوه الماسین عشقم سنگ مرمر نیستم. مادر مولای شمس تبریزی منم. مادر مولای شمس تبریزی منم. من همینم جنس زیر چادر که دیدی نیستم. معنی شعرم شکوه شاعر و دولت منم. معنی شعرم شکوه شاعر و دولت منم. پاسبان خانه و جارو کش در نیستم. وای بر حالم، وای بر حالم که زیر چادری پوسیده ام. من ز نسل آدمم تندیس آذر نیستم. چادری شرط مسلمان بودن من نیست. پس من بدون چادری هم کافر نیستم. مردها، مردها، این مرد سالاری چه معنی میدهد؟ مشکلش این است که من مثل شما مرد نیستم. پوش کن سنگم مزن نازکتر از رویاستم. پوش کن سنگم مزن نازکتر از رویاستم. در شکستن هم ز آینه کمتر نیستم. در شکستن هم ز آینه کمتر نیستم. حتی و مرسی.
عالی.
I just want to say a couple things to Axel, and I also want to let this friend over here who has written a poem that was inspired by the coming speak on International Women's Day, so I want to let her read it. I just want to say a couple of things about Rise Up for Abortion Rights and why we are out here today. I was just talking to the news about this. Is that this is a holiday that we're talking about abortion, talking about emancipation, actually women and people of conscience fighting for the rights of women. But it's also that the world can actually be something radically different. And that we're here to say that we're not bound by the traditional roles of our society and even the modern forms of slavery that exist in our society now, or the gender roles that have been a part of about enslaving us and abusing the kind of world that we live in, but actually something radically different. And the way that we can do that is forging not only the solidarity, but working together and actually calling on people to not be afraid, to not accept the status quo in our society. In January would have been 50 years of Roe v. Wade, women and non-binary people having a chance to have access to abortion, and that did not happen. And this Christian fascist movement that now is under attack for the abortion pill tastes and smells that blood and is going after everything. They are going for the rights of everyone. They want a world where the Bible is taken literally. And so what we have in common
with the people of Iran and the people of Afghanistan is way more than we have in common with these Christian fascists and these religious fundamentalists who want to take society and take women back to not just 50 years, hundreds of thousands of years. Thousands of years of physical and mental slavery is the goal of the Christian fascist movement. So when we say women, life, freedom, we see the trajectory of this Christian fascist movement. And we know where it leads us. The overturning of Roe, the taking away of contraception, women walking behind men, the LGBTQ community back in the closet, the high suicide rates of young girls and women, the high suicide rates of the LGBT community. This is the reality of American exceptionalism that we are calling for people in this country to wake up and be a part and hear the alarm, to join us, that it is not scary to fight for your rights. And if we do not hear these sounds and stand up for them, the future is way worse than what we have right now. 10 minutes on TikTok for a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old has long-term impact. This is what American exceptionalism looks like. So we are fighting for not only our rights, our girls' rights, our queer friends' rights, our brothers, our sisters, our siblings, but we are fighting for the whole shebang, and a different world is possible. I hope that people on the street are inspired on this holiday. Not just a holiday where women are great, we've done so well, equality is wonderful. No, that we can actually go into the streets and make the impossible happen, which is calling for legal abortion nationwide now, calling that women actually matter, calling out the fascism, the misogyny, and the patriarchy, and forging something radically different. I hope you stick with us in the streets, calling on people in Philadelphia to join us, but also to hear other speakers on the other side in City Hall. Someone was inspired. Did you guys know about our protest? Inspired to the poem that she wrote to speak, and I said, oh, come on up. And if you're inspired to join us at City Hall for a speak out too, that you should think about and say something about why you came down today.
My name is Karen McNeil, and I wrote this poem as entitled, You Are Beautiful. To every woman, wherever you are, black, yellow, green, pink, red, you are beautiful. Don't let anyone's opinion define who you are. Regardless of your childhood or background, you are a star. Don't give poverty a negative past. Only you have the power to make it last. The reason you are still here today is because you're a fighter. And build an invisible wall for the hater. Make room and time for love and laughter. Anything you don't need, throw it in the fire. Live your life with praise and gratitude. No matter what, keep that attitude. Live with the power to always appreciate and the wisdom of one who learns to wait. Beauty is more than the way you look, more than the education you get from a book. Beauty is how to weather life's storm with grace and the ability to follow the rules as you run the race. Beauty is the substance of your core and the strength to say no more. The rise after the fall, after years of abuse, to stand tall. You know your worth after much brokenness and betrayal. To hold your head up high and know you are royal. To find peace and healing and learn to love again. And most of all, be a spectacular mother to your children. You are beautiful, lighter or darker. You are beautiful, fatter or skinnier. You are beautiful, taller or shorter. You are beautiful inside out. You are beautiful women. Believe it without a doubt. Thank you.
There's a flyer going around. I hope does anyone have the flyer that we can pass out? It has a QR code of all the different organizations that are participating today, so I want to make sure everyone connects with that and connects with them. to get the QR code. If people are interested too, we're gonna jump off and start marching in a minute. I wanted to practice some chants that we have. We did the Women's Life Freedom.
Woman, life, freedom.
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 And I'm gonna say, what do you want? And you're gonna say freedom in Farsi, which is Azadi. So what do you want?
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide.
Now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Freedom, abortion, nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion, nationwide now.
All right, let's get ready to get on the street. Grab flowers. If you want, let's just grab flowers. Go to the family, grab some of those flowers, and then give them out to people. That would be wonderful. Everyone should get a flower. We did pay extra to get that helicopter to be clean. So I hope you guys appreciate that. Just kidding.
That's why it's good. If people can get some
Cheers for the big banner, please.
Church, not the state. Women must decide their fate. Not the church, not the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the church, not the state. Women must decide our fate. And then say people now. Not the church, not the state. People must decide our fate. Not the church, not the state. People must decide our fate. Not the church, not the state. People must decide our fate. Not the church, not the state. People must decide their fate. Not the church, not the state. Women must decide their fate. Not the church, not the state. Women must decide their fate. Woo!
Does anyone want to pass out flyers?
We need a flyer. Doesn't already
Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls
Does
learn.
anybody want to?
Let Afghan girls learn.
Let's try to get a flag. Let's try to hold a flag. Posters. Anyone want to hold posters? Flag. What do we want? When do we want it?
What do we want? Azadi. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Miriam.
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Azadi.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Please volunteer to carry the Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Rise up for abortion
They don't like
rights,
people
for abortion
complaining.
rights, rise up.
Oh,
Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. Anybody can help march? They're carrying these awesome, beautiful flags. You would look awesome and dramatic. Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
oh sure.
Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up. The government song called La Femme by a band called Little Planet. Check it out.
زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی
Life freedom.
Woman life freedom
Woman life freedom.
Woman life freedom مهسا امینی مهسا امینی مهسا امینی مهسا امینی Freedom for Iran Freedom for Iran Freedom for Iran Independence, freedom, optional hijab Independence, freedom, optional hijab
Nothing to do with abortion.
Shut up, dumb lady. Girl power.
Stop poisoning our girls زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی Woman life freedom Woman life freedom Woman life freedom Woman life freedom
This poor guy was angry.
Down with dictator
Down with dictators.
Down with dictator
Down with dictators.
Down with dictators
Down with dictators.
Down with dictators
Down with dictators.
مهسا امینی زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی زن زندگی آزادی Freedom for Iran Freedom for Iran Freedom for Iran Stop poisoning our girls Woman life freedom Woman life freedom
Independence, freedom, option of the job.
Mahsa Amini. Mahsa Amini. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
United will never be defeated.
Say her name, Mahsa Amini.
What do we want? What do we want?
Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now. Life, freedom. Woman, life, freedom. Now. Azadi. Now. Now. Mahsa Amini.
Woman life, freedom. Woman life, freedom.
Woman, life, freedom.
Women must decide their fate, not the church, not the state. Women must decide their fate, not
The church, not the state. Women must decide their fate. Not the state. Women must their fate.
not the church, not the state.
Women must decide their fate.
Not the state.
Women must decide their fate. Azadi. Now. International Women's Day. International Women's Day. Join us. International Women's Day. International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. International Women's Day. International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Join us! Join us!
International Women's Day.
Join us! Join us!
International Women's Day.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Freedom, abortion, nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion, nationwide now. Nationwide now.
Legal abortion!
Nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion, nationwide now.
Abortion nationwide now! Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights,
Rise up!
rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights,
Rise up.
Rise up!
rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up, rise up, rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up, rise up, rise up for abortion rights, for abortion
Used to it. Just a day, normal day. Hey, this is all it is. I'm happy with it. Not the worst thing that can be ever seen. That's right. Sing out.
Furious women is what they got! What they got! Furious women is 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 what they got!
Woman life freedom. 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 Woman life freedom.
Join us!
Yeah, International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Join
Us, join us. International Women's Day. International Women's Day.
Join us!
Join us.
Join us!
Join us. International Women's Day. Casualties. International Day!
Join us! Join us!
International Women's Day!
Join us! International Women's Day!
International Women's Day!
International Women's Day! We are celebrating women all across this country who refuse to be suffocated by we are coming aboard and taking on hundreds of thousands of years of traditional rule and thousands of years of slavery. You need to join us because women in this country are considered second-class citizens in the eyes of the law. Here all over the world. And the only way to take this on is here to keep the fight of fortune. Join us over the building. You're really around and Afghan to Philadelphia. And we have something to say about why they're here today.
Woman life freedom! Woman life freedom! Woman life freedom!
We're going to City Hall.
Woman life freedom! Woman life freedom! Woman life freedom!
Women fight freedom.
Woman life freedom! Join us! Join us! International Women's Day!
International Women's Day!
Let Afghan girls learn! 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 Our body, our choice! Our body, our choice! Azadi! اینا پرچم ابورشنه، پرچم ابوالفضل نیست.
آزادی آزادی
بگو آزادی آزادی آزادی.
بگو آزادی آزادی آزادی
Our body, our choice. Our body, our choice. Our body, our choice.
Our body, our choice.
Every day is Women's Day. Our body, our choice. Our body, our choice. Our body, our choice. Woman life freedom. Woman life freedom. Woman life freedom. Now. Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now. Azadi. Now! Azadi! Now! Azadi! Now! Azadi! Now! بگو آزادی آزادی آزادی. بگو آزادی آزادی آزادی. Freedom for Iran. Freedom for Iran. Freedom for Iran.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now. Stay on the street. Stay on the street. Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up, rise up.
For abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up, rise up.
For abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up,
Rise up for abortion rights.
For abortion rights, rise up.
rise up.
Rise up for abortion rights, abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up, rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights.
Rise up.
Rise up.
Rise up for abortion rights, for abortion rights, rise up.
Rise up!
Rise up.
Rise up.
Woman life freedom.
Women life freedom.
Woman life freedom.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Ain't no stopping like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Join us, International Women's Day.
Join us, it's International Women's Day.
Join us, International Women's Day.
Join us, it's International Women's Day.
Join us, International Women's Day.
Join us, it's International Women's Day.
Join us, International Women's Day.
Join us, it's International Women's Day.
Join us, International Women's Day.
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now,
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
freedom,
When do we want it?
now,
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Woman life freedom. Woman life freedom. Woman life freedom. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Woman life freedom. Woman life freedom.
Let Afghan girls learn!
Woman life freedom.
Let Afghan girls learn! Women life freedom!
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Woman life freedom!
Woman life freedom.
Woman life freedom!
Woman life freedom.
Let Afghan girls work!
Let Afghan girls learn!
Let Afghan girls work!
Let Afghan girls learn.
Let Afghan girls learn.
Let Afghan girls learn.
For everybody out here listening today, March 8th, International Women's Day. Come out and join us as we celebrate breaking the chains of thousands of years of tradition. Join us, rise up for abortion rights. Here we are, and Afghans in Philadelphia standing up for the rights of women and girls across the country. We have some speakers here today to speak. Our first speaker is Sam Goldman from Rise Up for Abortion Rights.
She's getting interviewed right now.
I want to introduce Sam Goldman because if you Google why do we wear green for abortion rights, you will see her picture. If you Google it, you will see her picture on CNN. You will see it on NPR. There are so many venues that have featured her. She is an incredibly wonderful speaker, and she has been with us since the beginning. She was in Washington, D.C. when the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Please say shame on the Supreme Court. Shame! Shame!
Fuck the Supreme Court!
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 Fuck the undemocratic Supreme Court!
for that, speaker. All right, we have an introduction.
I'm wearing it upside down.
I'm
Wearing my flag upside down.
one of our speakers. Her name is Shabnam Mawali. Shabnam arrived in Philadelphia during the Kabul evacuation in August of 2021.
من
Currently, she's
پرچمم
leading the
پشت.
World
آره.
Congress of Persian Speakers, Philadelphia division under
آره
you.
سبزش پایینه.
آره.
I would like you to come up and recite your poetry.
Amazing.
This is a poem by Digable Planets. It's called La Femme Fatale. It's really a song, but you don't want me to sing. Well, our love was often a verb, and spontaneity has brought a third. But due to our youth and economic state, we wish to terminate. About this, we don't feel great, but baby, that's how it is.
The feds have dissed me, they ignore and dismiss me, the pro-life harass me outside the clinic. Call me a murderer. Now that's hate. No, needless to say, we're in a mental state of debate. Hey, beautiful bird. The fascists are some heavy dudes. They don't really give a damn about life. They just don't want a woman to control her body or have the right to choose. But that ain't nothing. They just want a male finger on the button. Because if you say war, they will send them to die by the score. Aborting mission should be your volition. But if Souter and Thomas have their way, you'll be standing in line, unable to get welfare while they be out hunting and fishing. It has always been around, it will always have a niche, but they'll make it a privilege, not a right, accessible only to the rich. Hey, pro-lifers, fuck themselves, because life doesn't stop after birth, and to a child born to the unprepared, it might even just get worse. The situation would surely change if they were to find themselves in it. Supporters of the H-bomb and firebombing clinics, what type of shit is that? Orwellian. In fact, if Roe versus Wade was overturned, would not the desire remain intact? Leaving young girls to risk their health and doctors to march and watch as they kill themselves? I don't want to sound macabre, but hey, innocent's my job, to lay it on the masses, to get them off their asses, to fight against these fascists, so whatever you decide, make that move with pride.
Thank you, everyone. We have some more speakers. I want you to stick around. Today is International Women's Day. We're fighting for the rights of not only the people in this country, but all over the world. And imagining, envisioning a radically different kind of world. A world where we don't have to lock our doors, where we're not scared at night. Where 1 in 3 women have been sexually assaulted in this country. This is the American experiment that they teach us in our schools. And I want to introduce, my name is Kayuki. I'm with Rise Up for Abortion Rights. I want to welcome Sam Goldman here, a national organizer of Rise Up for Abortion. She leads an amazing podcast called Refuse Fascism that you all need to check out. In order for me to prepare for today, I was listening to the Refuse Fascism podcast and reading and listening to the past interviews from different people from across the world that talk about what's going on in the current events in this country. Welcome, Sam.
First off, I want you to make some noise for yourselves, beautiful people. Oh, come on, you can get louder than that. Let's also make some noise for the beautiful people around the world who are standing up for the liberation of women. Make some noise for our sisters in Pakistan. Make some noise for our sisters in Iran. Make some noise for our sisters in Afghanistan. It is, as Kayuki said, International Women's Day. International Women's Day. And you might have seen, Happy International Women's Day. Raise your hand if you saw on social media or in a newspaper today. Happy International Women's Day. Now, by a show of hands or make some noise, who feels happy right now? Yeah, fuck no. So my sister said that. International Women's Day is a day to give voice to our fury against the ways that women's lives and rights are threatened, and to our dreams of a future where women and all people are free. Right now, our brave sisters in Iran are showing us what it looks like to stand up against a theocracy. They are showing us what it looks like to demonstrate courage, to demonstrate conviction, to not relent, to be brave in the face of the most cruel repression, and in fact outright murder by the state, and to not stop until they are free.
Yeah!
And beautiful people, we have a lot to learn There is a lot to be furious about.
Yeah.
And so I want to give you a moment before I go on. I want everybody to scream as fucking loud as they can. I'm gonna count to 5. You sound good. You sound good. Last summer, I know you all know this. But there are people who might be walking by that don't, so that's why I'm saying it. The illegitimate fascist-packed Supreme Court revoked the constitutional protection for the right to abortion. Overnight, women in every part of this country were turned into second-class citizens in the eyes of the law. This is being felt most harshly by the over 22 million women and girls of reproductive age who live in the already 14 states where abortion has been banned. Over 100,000 women have been forced to have children against their will. We've all heard the stories. The woman in South Carolina arrested for taking an abortion medication. Wounds turned into crime scenes. We've heard about women brought to the brink of death from sepsis, bleeding out before they can get care for miscarriages or high-risk pregnancies. We've heard about the women who've lost their uteruses, who've lost their fertility, and let's be real, we don't actually know if there have been women that have died already from lack of abortion.
Shame.
Shame is right. Just this week, Florida proposed a 6-week ban that would charge anyone who participates in an abortion with a felony. That means the person who so kindly gave you a ride, the person who chipped in to help you pay for your abortion, and of course, the heroic doctor who let you control your destiny. Idaho may lose half of their OBGYNs thanks to the state's ban. This is not unique to Idaho, but in all anti-choice states. No longer will there be access to a safe birth because of fear of prison time. And you may have heard that 200 human rights organizations have asked the UN to intervene in the U.S. human rights violations around abortion. And we have to think too about all the stories we haven't heard. From those who desperately struggle to scrape enough money to take time off work, to get childcare, and travel to states where a backlog of patients means they still may not get the abortion they so desperately need. From the tens of thousands who have already been forced to have children against their will. From those unwanted pregnancies that trap women in abusive relationships or drag them further into poverty. Today, together, we commit to never allowing this discriminatory, dystopian, misogynist reality be minimized, tolerated, or accommodated to. Give me a fuck no!
No!
The attack on abortion rights is part of a patriarchal, Christian fascist, yes I said fascist, program that takes aim at contraception as well as LGBTQ rights. Denying the rights to abortion gives poor women, and especially Black and other women of color, with vicious consequences, tightening the chains of both white supremacy and the subjugation of women. This fascist-dominated Supreme Court has opened the floodgates for states to enter a cruelty Olympics to see who can go further, do more in enslaving and punishing girls and women who dare to step outside the prescribed roles as mothers and breeders of children. We need to say the truth. They will not stop until they have ended all access to abortion everywhere, all contraception, or unless we stop them. This is why we rage. This is why so many of us are wearing green. Green, the green bandana, the symbol of refusal, of non-compliance with the Christian fascist assault future. It is the color that was raised in deeply patriarchal Catholic countries where generations of women have been thrown into jail for miscarriages, died from clandestine abortions, where women took to the streets and said, enough, not one more. Not one more of our sisters in jail, not one more of our sisters in a casket. They took to the streets, they poured into the streets, they raised the street, and through their courage and their determination, they changed what was possible through their daring. And that's what we need to do here. That's what we need to do right fucking now. Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion
Nationwide now.
Legal abortion.
nationwide now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right fucking now. Right now. Thanks for sticking with me, y'all. This is important, so thank you for letting me go on. Right now, a Trump-appointed federal judge in Texas is being asked to withdraw the Food and Drug Administration's approval for mifepristone. It's one of the pills used in the medication abortion regimen. It has been used safely and effectively for over 20 years. If he does this, it could immediately ban abortion providers everywhere from prescribing mifepristone. And absent major outcry, such a decision would likely be upheld by the Supreme Court. Medication abortions are the majority of abortions that take place in this country. Most women who have abortions get medication abortions. This would create an untenable situation where thousands, including in states where abortion is legal, are unable to get abortion services and are forced to give birth against their will. So, beautiful people, who is going to turn this tide? That's right. Is it going to be the Christian fascists stopping themselves?
No.
Is it going to be the courts stacked with Christian fascists intent on slamming us back to the Dark Ages?
No.
Is it going to be the Democrats who will not and have not called out all the stops?
Oh, boo.
For over 50 years, for almost 50 years, excuse me, did not codify Rome.
No.
Who only now can barely say the word abortion. Is it going to be the corporations? No. Because right now, we got Walgreens capitulating in advance, right? Caving to the Christian fascists, GOP, attorneys general, who threaten us, and are refusing to give to sell mifepristone in over 20 states, including states where abortion is legal. Or Google and other corporations who are already handing over data to help in the criminalizing of pregnant folks. Our best way forward, our only way forward, is the way that we have always won. Through our actions, through our resistance. Our joy, our agency, our freedom have all been a product of struggle. Woo! Of every crumb, every delectable bite of the little freedoms that we have has been a product of fight, has been a product of people like yourself taking action, taking to the streets, and not relenting. Woo! In our founding statement, we wrote the following, and I think it's still true today. The violent subjugation of half of society must not be accommodated, excused, downplayed, or surrendered to. It must be stopped. And I'll add this. We are the ones, you are the ones that must stop it. Rise up for abortion rights. Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion nationwide now.
Legal abortion nationwide now!
Legal abortion nationwide now.
We have a couple more speakers. I wanted to ask Billy Wallace
also want to make sure that everyone got this far with our QR code. The QR code has all of the organizations that are speaking, so make sure you get this far on QR code. Miriam? Which organization? Leading our chanting down Market Street. Woman, life, freedom!
Woman, life, freedom!
Woman, life, freedom!
Woman, life, freedom!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
Hi, everyone!
Hi everyone, I actually spoke before, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to say the same thing, but cut it in half. But before I start, I have one gesture I just want to do right now. I'm going to give you the microphone. I'm going to turn around. Some of you may have seen the video, but for whoever has not seen it, I'm going to show you something. So, here. This is the last thing. Can you hear me? This is the last thing Hadis Najafi did before going on a peaceful demonstration. She got shot within a half an hour. This is what the people of Iran are enduring right now. This is for, sorry, I'm going to do it. This is what the women of Iran are enduring right now. I am here not to just talk about the women in Iran, not just to talk about the women in Afghanistan, not just Pakistan, all over the world. You are sick and tired of being second-class citizens. It has to stop, it has to end, and each of us matter. Each of us matter. We have to be each other's voice. We have to learn, we have to see, we have to watch, we have to talk to politicians, we have to educate each other. We have to find out what's going on in other countries. It is not, I love this country, I'm an American citizen, but we have to watch the news, and not just the news about Finny, no. Watch BBC, watch the world news, see what's going on. Educate your friends, tell them about what's going on. I will tell you a very small story. I own a business. I have pictures from Mahsa Amini. I know most of you know who Mahsa Amini is. She got killed about 6 months ago, but not wearing the hijab in the correct way. I have a business. I have pictures of her all over. My customers come. Some of them ask. They say something about it. They feel sorry. Today, I had a little poster about a small dog that has been missing. Within 5 minutes, I have 3 customers asking me and telling me that poor dog. Within 5 minutes. I can tell you about the poster, I never had any comments. 3 people within 5 minutes, I didn't have them. What about the dog I have now? I'm a dog lover. I'm a dog lover. But we are all humans. It doesn't matter where you are from. It doesn't matter if you're German, if you're French, if you're American, if you're Iranian. It doesn't matter what color we have. It doesn't matter what background we have. We all have to stand by each other. We all have to fight for each other. We are all women and sons right here, right now. That's all I have to say.
Yeah!
Woman, life, freedom!
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 Want to introduce Isaiah, an organizer with Repcom, hopefully bringing forward a radically different kind of society that we radically need. Welcome, Isaiah. Give her some love.
I want to wish everyone a very revolutionary and International Women's Day. With a special salute to the women of Iran who have stood up and have shown the rest of the world how to do it. So as Koyuki said, I am a revolutionary communist. I'm a follower of the leader Bob Avakian. And I'm also an organizer with Rise Up.
اینجا فیلادلفیا دوست عزیز. فیلادلفیا پایتخت اول آمریکا.
Some dimensions of the oppression of women from the perspective of actually putting an end to it, and ultimately all forms of oppression. Here's the situation in the world today. Here's the reality. If you want to solve any social problem that affects all of humanity, if you want to solve that fundamentally, you have to have state power. You have to have an economic and social system that does not prevent you from making those changes, but will actually marshal in every resource, including the people, and will give you a platform and back you up to make the changes. And this is with anything that is a historically, socially evolved phenomena, something like white supremacy, patriarchy, the destruction of the environment, the oppression of migrants, wars of empire. The system we live in now, capitalism, imperialism, with the United States as its chief enforcer, is holding us back from putting an end to the oppression of women. That is what stands in the way. And this is not some theoretical statement up in the air. This is not some dogma. We're seeing this play out very starkly in this country right now. With changes in the economy beginning and after World War II, that gave the possibility and the necessity for women to leave the home and enter the workforce on a mass scale. That, along with different kind of progressive social movements taking place in the world, gave women a platform in this country to fight against patriarchy and social relations that correspond to it, and ideas that correspond to it, and win rights. And to get unchained from the traditional family and even to have things like, just some privacy and determination over your life and what you're going to do. And I have to say, one of the most fundamental achievements has been winning the right to abortion. And on the way here, just as a brief aside, as soon as we started marching, some woman stopped and started yelling at us saying that abortion has nothing to do with freedom. I could not think of anything more wrong and inverted than that. You can't do anything without the right to abortion. Because that means if you are female, you are enslaved to the state. And at any moment, if that happens to you, that determines the rest of your life. So, you can look at that kind of history here, where there is this kind of progress, not just with the rights of women, but in the black liberation struggle, and LGBTQ rights and LGBTQ people demanding to be respected and to have dignity and be in society as themselves, and the overall secularization of society and the weakening of religion and things like that. You could see things were tending this way. So you could look at America and say, this country, it has its problems, but, it has bad legacy, but, it doesn't look like it's progressing. Doesn't it look like things are getting better? And then seemingly out of nowhere, it wasn't out of nowhere, but beginning particularly with the election of Trump, the Republican Party unleashed their fascist base, their base of Christian fascists, millions of them, who are determined to violently reimpose their order and their way of life back onto everybody, not just in this country, throughout the world. And they can do this because they're actually the ones standing on the foundation and the legacy of this country. The reality that the United States was founded on the enslavement of African people, the genocide of Native Americans, and wars of conquest and theft of land. That's how America came into this world. And all the white supremacy, all the male supremacy, all the Christian fundamentalism got woven into this social fabric. That is what America is. And situation where this country is being ripped apart and the ruling consensus can no longer hold things together. And the rulers of this system are at each other's throats in irreconcilable conflict. And left unchallenged, this is going to lead to something terrible for humanity, all of humanity. But this potential, when a system based on oppression and exploitation is weak, when it's on its heels, when it's fraying apart, and everything's up in the air and people are questioning everything, this creates an opening for an emancipated force to overthrow the system and establish a new state and a new economic and social system oriented towards the emancipation of all people and the ending of oppression and exploitation everywhere. And that's what this revolution is getting organized to do. And if you stepped out here on Women's Day, that means a part of you dares to dream for a better world and wants to do something about it. So find out about this revolution. Come connect with me, and we'll talk about the ways you can learn more and spread it and lead others to do so. Because we're going to put this on the map this year. So let people know that there's a whole different way to work.
متوجه سوالتون نشدم دوباره میپرسین؟
And with that in mind, I want to end the slogans that we put forth for International Women's Day. Unleash the fury of women as a mighty force for revolution. Capitalism and patriarchy. You can't end one without ending the other. Abortion on demand and without apology. Forced motherhood is female enslavement. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. I want to introduce Raina. So, yourself. Thank you, Raina, for coming up. Hi, everyone. Repeat after me. I believe we will win. I believe we will win. For over 100 years, working class women across the world have come together to celebrate the working woman's right to rebel. Today, on International Working Women's Day, we recommit ourselves to the fight for justice and equality for women. Today is the day to highlight the economic, the social, the political barriers to achieving equality. Today is the day to acknowledge that public education, childcare, parental leave, housing, and immigration are women's issues. Today is the day to acknowledge that ending police brutality, ending gendered violence, ending racism, sexism, transphobia, and imperialism are also women's issues. Today is also a day that marks 257 days since Roe v. Wade was overturned. We have only seen the right wing escalate
این همه ساین برای ایران.
agenda. They have legislated heartbeat bills, excessive requirements for
زن زندگی آزادی.
cut state budgets for reproductive health care. They are currently attempting to prohibit federally approved abortion drugs from being sent through the mail. Shame! Shame! The right wing is really well organized. 13 states had trigger laws in place to prohibit abortion as soon as the Supreme Court ruling was announced. And recently, Walgreens confirmed that they will not distribute abortion pills in states where Republican officials have threatened legal action. And by the way, this includes states where abortion is still legal. Under this oppressive and exploitative capitalist system, a pharmacy chain can restrict your rights. We cannot achieve true liberation when we are denied the power to make our own reproductive decisions. For the freedom of working class women and oppressed genders around the world, we have to work to build a new system. A new system in which women will be treated as equals to men and will have full autonomy to their bodies. A system where no one is held back by medical debt from having a baby. A system where everyone has the right to equitable health care. Socialism shows us how to create this system. I'm tired of being told every election is the most important election of our lives. I'm tired of being told that abortion is a gift to us from benevolent politicians or judges, and they may or may not successfully defend it every 4 to 8 years. I am tired of wondering why President Biden did declare a public health emergency
این هم از پرچم
and
شیر
open
خورشید.
facilities on federal land to provide additional abortion care. The truth is most Americans support abortion. We've seen anti-abortion abortion bills get defeated in red states like Kansas, like Kentucky, and like Montana. Last year, some counties in New Mexico that border Texas adopted these abortion restrictions, and yesterday, New Mexico Senate passed a bill that now protects abortion care in these very same counties. And it protects gender-affirming care. And we can celebrate this victory, and we must not lose momentum. We have to continue the struggle for reproductive justice. We have to continue to fight to dismantle this capitalist system that hits poor people and women of color the hardest. Abortion has to be accessible to all. We must commit ourselves to the struggle for the world we know that women deserve. On International Working Women's Day, we reaffirm our commitment to a transformation of society. Thank you. Thank you. We have a couple more speakers too. I think people wanted to speak. We just have a couple more speakers.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah. The Taliban has targeted and terrorized the women and girls in Afghanistan. The Taliban banned the school gym, going outside, talking with the strangers. The Taliban banned everything for the women and girls in Afghanistan.
I just need to hold that for a second.
The Taliban thinks
For like 2 hours.
that the women and girls are not human. The Taliban banned the university, the school, everything for the girls. The world must listen. The world must hear our voice. Today, it is not what I'm saying, it's all the women's and the girls' voice. The world must move. The world has to do something. It is very hard. For one day, think, don't go outside. You're not supposed to go outside. You're not supposed to do anything. For one day. Nobody can tolerate it. Just think about the Afghan women and girls. Let the Afghan girls learn. Just everybody.
Let the Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Let Afghan girls learn. Afghan girls learn.
Afghan girls
Learn.
let
Afghan girls learn. Afghan girls learn.
and do everything. Right? We have a song, hey, and that's going to be here for us. Congratulations to us to get to receive this song.
Okay, so I'm going to play a song and sing with it. And sing with this. And it's the voice of some Afghan girls that they sing this song in Afghan.
زن 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 ما پری سرسری کهنه نیستیم تا نجات مانده هر شهرزاده‌ای ما سبزه های سرسری کهنه نیستیم تا بمانیم در کنار جاده‌ای ما کوهیم ما کوهیم ما شکوهیم ما زنیم زن 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 نصفه وطن ما زنیم زن 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 ما افسانه نیستیم جز خشت و چوب خانه نیستیم ما زنیم زن 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 جان 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 تن 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 هم شگوفا هم آهن زن 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 ما دیگر نقش خالی نیستیم نقشه زمینی در جستجوی بهتر از بهترینی در جستجوی بهتر از بهترینی زن 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 ما پری سرسری کهنه نیستیم تا نجات مانده هر شهرزاده‌ای ما سبزه های سرسری کهنه نیستیم تا بمانیم در کنار جاده‌ای ما کوهیم ما کوهیم ما شکوهیم ما زنیم زن 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 نیمه جهان نصفه وطن ما زنیم زن 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 افسانه نیستیم جز خشت چوب خانه نیستیم ما زنیم زن 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 جان 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 تن 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 هم شگوفا هم آهن زن 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 در خیال شاعران ما نیستیم یک گل قشنگ در کنار راه نیستیم ما دیگر در خیال شاعران ما نیستیم یک گل قشنگ در کنار راه نیستیم ما فاتحان ماهتاب دختران سرزمین خورشیده ستاره های امیده ستاره های امیده
Fantastic. So happy that everybody is here, united in solidarity against fascism, against ridiculous religious extremists who are trying to take away everybody's rights. Next person we're going to have to speak is a personal story from a professor here at the Community College of Philadelphia who's going to tell us about an experience that she had that is very salient in this situation. Her name is Bridget Madden. Thank you so much for coming to participate in this very important message you're giving. I don't want to take up too much time, but I just wanted to let you know
that when I'm 58 years old now. My mom passed away last year, but when she was young, she got married in the Catholic Church, and she had 7 children. 6 of us were in 7 years, and that's because the Catholic Church said everybody has a child, and they didn't talk about abortion rights. They didn't talk about birth control. They didn't talk about anything that would change the direction for my mom. When my mom turned a certain age, she changed religion. A little late, but you know, there were 7 of us by that time. She decided that my sister and I, who were 15 and 16 years old, she decided that we would go work for Planned Parenthood. And we learned about sexual control. We learned about how to save ourselves, about how to save our friends. And we learned how to take people to the clinics to get what they needed. And they needed a lot. And so I think that everybody should have to watch the same films that I watched when I was 15 years old that said that my body is mine, and that if a man says, if you don't love me, if you love me, you would have sex. And I say that to him, if you loved me, you wouldn't pressure me to do such a thing. And you wouldn't put yourself in a position where you would have to use some sort of abortion or something like that. You should learn how to use birth control. You should have conversations with your loved ones.
100% جواب میده دوست عزیزم. انقلاب کردن کار یه روز و 2 روز نیست، مهم استقامته و ما تا روز آخر، تا روز پیروزی هستیم. نشد نداره، یه کاری میکنیم بشه. ما عرضمون از جمهوری اسلامی از اون احمقایی که سر قدرت هستن که بیشتره. و دموکراسی همینه. دموکراسی اینه که بدون جنگ و خونریزی انقدر فشار بیاری تا به اون چیزی که میخوای برسی و ما پا پس نمیکشیم. Take a picture.
Are you still here?
Yeah. از توی اعلام هم بکنیم اینا هم بیان شنبه تو ما آدم لازم داریم.
باید یه کاری بکنیم ایرانی ها بیشتر.
Okay, everyone, I want your attention 1 minute. Please, on Saturday from 3:30 to 5 o'clock, we're going to be in front of the Independence Hall. We need all of you, each of you, please come and join us. Please show your solidarity. What? We have an Iranian news channel actually covering it live. They need to see us. They need to see that we people, that we all care. Please
Bring your
come
sign.
there. Rain or shine, doesn't matter. We warm you up, I promise. No, it's from 3:30 to 5 o'clock in front of the Independence Hall. You can go to Philly Run and look it up. Okay? Thank you.
So first, let's do a photo. Fist up. Fist up. Fist up. Would you get it? Okay, let's do. Are you ready, Rita? We're gonna do. We haven't done any Spanish chants yet, so we're gonna do one. Okay? We're gonna do one that means legal abortion now. Ready? Aborto legal. Yeah. 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 Aborto legal.
بغلی میری تو.
من بچه ها